Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another WWE Weekly review. If you don't know how this works, basically what happens is I take whatever happened on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown and I put them into an action figure review. Let's get into it. Raw was pretty boring this week, so let's get into it. We'll start off over here. First we had Alexa Bliss having another promo about Lily, and basically all it was Lily does not like Bray Wyatt and she doesn't like any of the girls on the Raw roster, so Alexa is coming for them. That's basically all it was. Then over here we had Drew McIntyre versus Mace and T-Bar in a handicap match where Mace and T-Bar were just beating the crap out of McIntyre when Braun Strowman came out to help them, and then it turned into a tag team match, Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre versus Mace and T-Bar, where Mace and T-Bar actually got unmasked and Mace slapped Drew McIntyre after he got unmasked. So Drew McIntyre hit Mace with the mask, which called for a disqualification. So technically T-Bar and Mace won, but Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman were the ones in the ring standing tall. Over here, this was actually the main event. We had Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. The winner would face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania Backlash. And Asuka actually won with the help of Rhea Ripley. So Charlotte got all mad at the referee, threw the referee around and beat the crap out of the referee. And now Charlotte Flair has been suspended from WWE. So she'll probably be back in like 2 weeks because of Charlotte Flair. But yeah, this is somewhat cool. I don't know. Over here, we had Sheamus issue an open challenge, or he had to have an open challenge from Adam Pearce, but he had an open challenge. Humberto Carrillo came out before the match could even start. Sheamus beat up Humberto Carrillo and stood tall, so there was no match. But I'm pretty sure next week on Raw he's gonna have an open challenge. Then we had Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston come out because Kofi Kingston was gonna face Elias, and Xavier Woods was playing the guitar. But surprisingly, I didn't care about this match, obviously, but surprisingly, Elias beat Kofi Kingston. He pinned him fairly, and yeah, that's it. We also had Riddle versus Randy Orton, because Randy Orton was backstage talking about how The Fiend is done and how he's setting his sights on Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. When Matt Riddle came back and was being super funny with the scooter, and so he was saying, "Hey bro, why are you the apex predator? Something about snakeskin." Then he was saying we should be a team, RK bro, and that was actually a pretty cool idea. But Randy Orton got annoyed, and then we got a match, Riddle versus Randy Orton, and I think Randy Orton might have hurt his shoulder, so that's not good. But eventually, Randy Orton went for an RKO. Riddle caught him with a roll up and pinned him, and yeah, Riddle beat Randy Orton. Then we had the Viking Raiders versus the Hurt Business, and the Viking Raiders won. Same thing as last week, who cares? And then we also had the Miz versus Damian Priest, where Maurice went to help Miz win, but it cost him, and then Damian Priest kicked out, got Miz, hit him with the Hit the Lights, and won the match, so pretty cool. So that was it for Monday Night Raw. Surprisingly, there was no Bobby Lashley on it. I don't know why, but yeah, Bobby Lashley was on the show. But this Raw was pretty weak. I'm going to give it like a 4, honestly. Nothing that cool happened, so yeah. And now let's review SmackDown. This show is a lot better than Raw. Let's get into it. Starting off over here, we had Bayley getting interviewed about her match with Bianca Belair at Backlash. It was kind of weird because she just said, "My opponent at Backlash is Bianca Belair." Like, there was no build up to it. It was just all of a sudden, "Yeah, that's my opponent." I thought that was weird. But anyway, Bayley was talking about how she is going to beat Bianca Belair because Bianca was the rookie and Bayley gave her a welcoming to the SmackDown roster, and Bianca never thanked her when she became the champ. And before that, we had the Street Profits and Rude and Ziggler arguing, and Bayley came in and interrupted. And then later on, Bianca was not there, but Montez Ford was. He was on the phone with Bianca, and he said, "Hey, Bianca, Bayley's got your name in her mouth a lot." So Bianca came over, and then they started arguing. And then Bayley pretended to be all nice about it and said it, and was trying to be nice, saying it would be an honor to fight her. And then she started cracking up and left. But I think we might be getting this match next week, which is going to be these three versus these three. Who knows? Then we had Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. And during the match, Sami Zayn came out and was on commentary. And then Kevin Owens was about to win, but Apollo Crews kicked out. And then Apollo Crews did win. And Kevin Owens hit the stunner on Apollo Crews, but then Kato came in and hit the Nigerian fist or something like that to Kevin Owens. And then Sami Zayn came in and danced on Kevin Owens. So yeah, that was pretty funny. Then after Apollo came out of his locker room, Big E attacked him, and yeah, so we might be getting this match at Backlash, and then I think Big E will lose and go on to face like Roman Reigns or something. We also had Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus Otis and Chad Gable, where Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio won in a pretty good match. Again, these matches are always pretty good, but yeah, Dominic and Rey Mysterio win the match. We also had Roman Reigns arguing with Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. Roman Reigns is saying Cesaro doesn't deserve the Universal Championship or a match for it, and Roman Reigns made the challenges and not Cesaro. So Roman Reigns challenged Daniel Bryan. So next week, Daniel Bryan will face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and if Daniel Bryan loses, he can never be on SmackDown again. He has to leave SmackDown, so he'll either retire or go to Raw or something. And if he wins, he becomes the Universal Champion. Sorry for the background, but yeah. We also had Nia Jax versus Tamina, where Tamina won with a roll-up. Who cares? Then in the main event, we had Daniel Bryan and Cesaro versus Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. And towards the end, Seth Rollins walked out on Jey Uso and said, "I don't need this, I'm Seth freaking Rollins," and left. So Cesaro swung Jey Uso, and eventually they did win. And then later after the match, Cesaro was swinging Jey Uso while Daniel Bryan was sitting on the top rope calling out for Roman to get out here, but Roman wouldn't come. So they kept swinging Jey Uso, and it basically ended with Daniel Bryan saying Roman Reigns is not a family man. He's not the head of the table. He won't even come save his cousin. And it ended with them doing the yes chants. So yeah. So SmackDown was a pretty good show. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. I don't know why Sasha Banks wasn't on the show. Like, she was there last week and now she's just not there. I think that's a little weird. But other than that, pretty good show. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.